Hello friends, today we will be starting with the CSS, that is cascading style sheet. As we know that HTML is used to create a solid structure of your website and CSS is used to beautify that website structure. And you can see on my screen that left hand side uh, HTML code is written purely without CSS, and the right hand side, which is written with the CSS, the same content can be transformed into the beautiful structure. So left hand side there is an image, one title, one paragraph, and the anchor tag is used. And to beautify this we use the CSS. You can observe that for this card we have used shadow. There are the border radius is used, that the corners of the image and the card are little bit rounded. There is a gap between the title and image and the paragraph, and at the bottom there is a beautiful button which is used for the read more content. So that is the impact of CSS. Now, there are three types of the CSS, means there are three ways to write your CSS for your HTML pages. Now, each one has their advantages and some of there have some disadvantages as well, and there must be something that which can be commonly used for all the web application development. So the very first type is inline CSS. You can see that it is a CSS which can be written only in the HTML tag. So within a tag you have to write the CSS property. In internal CSS you will be writing CSS but within a page, within that HTML page. And in the external CSS you will be writing CSS property in a separate page. So we'll see in detail how to write this CSS in three different ways. Now, inline CSS. As I told you, CSS which has to be written within a tag, that is called as inline CSS. Now, the syntax is very simple. You have to write some paragraph. Let's say we have a paragraph and we want our output in the red color. So in the paragraph tag, within that tag, you are writing style is equals to color. This color is the name of your property, colon, and red is the value of that property ending with the semicolon. So basically, you are applying a color property to the paragraph within a tag. And once you save it, you reload your page and you can see the output will be in the red color. But you are writing all the CSS property within a tag. That is a inline CSS. But there is a drawback of using the CSS. If you have a multiple paragraphs in your same page, you need to repeat the properties. So we'll see while demonstrating this inline CSS what is the drawback of that. Let us talk about the syntax of internal CSS. You can see that we have a paragraph and we are created a separate style tag within a page, and type has to be mentioned because some browser will not recognize directly the style tag. You have to mention for the safer side type is equals to text slash css, and then you have to write p because we want our output for the paragraph. So p tag is called as a selector because will identify the paragraph, and the color for that paragraph you are applying as a red. So if you save this and again if you check your output, you will get the some paragraph text is in a red color. But now again if you have another paragraph in the same page, directly you will get the red color for that paragraph as well, because we are applying a property of red color to all the paragraphs of that page. But again there is a drawback of this method, that if you have a n number of pages into your website, you need to write the style tag and the property in the same in every page again and again. So to overcome that, we have a third type, that is your external CSS. In the external CSS, we will be creating a separate page to write your CSS. So you can see that in our example, we have created one file style.css. In that style.css, we have a paragraph selector and the color property as a red. So it means that you are applying a red color to the paragraph. And now we have a separate index.html page where you will be writing your HTML code, and in that HTML page we have a paragraph with some text, and we want to include this style.css file, which is a separate file, into your HTML page. So the syntax is, within a head tag you have to write link tag then rel for relation of style sheet, then href the path of your style.css. So if you are creating a same in the same folder as index.html is present, so this style.css will be included with the help of link into that page, and automatically the property which is written for this paragraph will be applied to this paragraph within that page, and you will see your output in the red color. So let us demonstrate this with the help of VS Code. We'll start our demonstration. Open your VS Code, then create one directory for your project. So I'll open my directory, I'll go to my desktop, I'll create a new folder with name CSS, and within this folder we'll say our files. Open your VS Code, click on the Explorer, open the folder which you have created, that is the desktop, CSS, and inside that folder you have to create a separate file. So inside the CSS folder we'll be creating one file, and the name of that file, suppose I'll name it as index.html. Now in this file you will be writing your HTML code. So simply type exclamatory mark and enter, and or there is another way, you have to write HTML simply and select HTML5. You have to emit your code. You must know these things now to make the code writing faster. Now title of the page, I'll name the title of the page as CSS Demo. Now all of you are aware of what is the meaning of this title. If you are not, just check my previous video. Now inside the body we'll create one paragraph tag, and we'll write some random 100 characters. So lorem 100, it will give you a random 100 characters, and for that you need to apply CSS property. So the very first type which we have discussed is about the inline CSS property. So how will you write that? So within a paragraph tag, write a space, style is equals to double quotes, then write the property name, that is color, colon, and the name of the color red, put the semicolon, save. Go to your directory again, open your page in any of the browser. So I am opening it with the help of Chrome, and you can see that the paragraph which is appearing is in a red color. So default it will be in a black color, but now it is appearing in a red color. Now again we'll go back to the VS Code, and I want to add another paragraph. So let's say we have added another paragraph with the 100 characters more into the second paragraph. I'll go back to my output, we'll reload the page and check. The second paragraph is appearing in a default black color, but I don't want that. If you observe that in all the websites, generally the paragraph or the running text will be of the same color and same font size. So here we have a two different paragraph, but the property which we have written for the one paragraph which is not applied for the second paragraph, because we are using inline CSS. So what you need to do, you need to write the same properties for the paragraph 2 as well. So here I'll write that property again, style, color, colon, red, put the semicolon, check your output, and now both the paragraphs are in a red color. But now what is the problem with this? Suppose I have another paragraph, third paragraph, again I'll create some random text of 100 characters, and again I want that paragraph as well in a red color. So you need to repeat the property. Now imagine that if there are 100 paragraphs into your page, so you need to write the property 100 times. That is not feasible, because I am working on a single page. All the paragraph must have a same color. So why should I write this same property again and again? So to reduce that, we need to use the second type, that is internal CSS, and internal CSS will be written in a same page. Now we want to write an internal CSS. So how will you do that? So I'll remove this inline CSS. Again I'll remove the first one also. And where to write an inline CSS? So within a header tag you have to write one tag, that is style tag, starting and closing, and within this style tag mention the type is equals to text slash CSS. For some of the browser will not recognize, so you have to mention the type, And what is your selector? You want to make the red color for all the paragraph within that page. So simply write p tag. This is called as selector. You are selecting a paragraph p, curly braces, and write your property name, that is color colon red, and put the semicolon. So all the paragraph from that page will be in a red color. So go back to your output, reload your page, and you can see that there are three paragraphs but with the same color. Now again, if you change this color to the green, save it, go back, reload, and check all the paragraphs are appearing in the green color. So it means you do not need to write it again and again. Now, what is the drawback of writing internal CSS? Now let's say we have another page. In our CSS folder, suppose I'll creating a second page. I'll name that page as second.html. Now if I have another page whose name is second, again I'll write some HTML code. I'll name that page as second, and if I'll write some paragraph, and again I'll write some random 100 characters. Okay, and from the first page I want to redirect to the second page, so I'll use one anchor tag at the bottom here. I'll use anchor tag href. Where I want to go, I want to go to the second.html page, and I'll name the link as go to next. Save it, go back, reload your page. Now you can see that there is a link go to next. If I click on the go to next page, I'll be on second.html page, but the paragraph which is I'm using onto the second page is appearing in a black color, but I want to make it green as well because my total website should have a green color which I have decided. So that property which you have written in the first page, that is index.html, the paragraph is in green color, but second.html you have not written that property and the paragraph is appearing in a black color by default. So that property, again you need to copy this entire style tag and you need to put it in a second page, second.html page. Save it, go back to the first page, that is index.html, go to next. Now the second page also having a paragraph with green color, but still it is not feasible for us. Now imagine that if there are 100 pages into your website and your client is asking to change the font color from green to red again. So what you need to do, you need to go to the first page, you need to change this value to the red, again you need to go to the second page, again you need to change this value red, and for every 100 pages you need to go to that individual page and you need to change this property. So that is a very hectic, that is not feasible for us. So there is a third type can be applicable where you need to change only at one place and that change will be applied for all the 100 pages. So how to do that, we'll see this. So what we can do, I'll remove this internal CSS from both the pages, and we need to create an external CSS file. So within your directory, create another page and name that page as style.css. This is a file where you will writing your CSS property. Now you want to apply the property for paragraph. So write selector as a P. Directly you need to write an selector, opening and curly braces, write your property. So I want to use color property as red, put the semicolon. But this property is written in style.css. You need to make the connection between index.html and the style.css. So how to make that? So within a head tag here, you need to write link. Simply type link. In the suggestion you are getting a link colon css. Select that and you can see your file style.css is included. Now let us save this, go back to your index.html and you see that three paragraphs are appearing in a red color. But if you go to the next page, the paragraph is not appearing in a red color because you have not included this link in the second.html page also. So how will you do that? Again you will write link, the CSS file, and href style.css. Rel is stand for style sheet, relation is style sheet. You have included this file. Now again go back to your first page, that is index.html. Now click on the go to the next page and both the pages having a paragraph with red color. Now again suppose there are 100 of the pages into your website and you are using a single style.css file and your client is asking you to change the color of all the paragraphs to the green, you will simply make a change into a single file and you just go back and check your output that the first page is having a paragraph color is green. Go to the next page and second page is also having a paragraph in a green color. That is the benefit of external CSS, because you need to change only at one file and that file is included uh, in every pages, so that change will be effected on every page of your website. So that is these are the three types of CSS. First one is inline, internal and external. Now onwards we will be preferring external CSS throughout this course. Thank you.